We're talking about the Philadelphia crime family as perhaps the most recorded American mafia family in modern history. If we look at the Philadelphia family, beginning with the New Jersey State Police bugging of Tommy Del Giorno's condominium in Ocean City in 1986, which was the beginning of the end of the Scarfo organization, right up through the present with the wiretaps and the bugging involving the Borgata investigation and the Delco Nostro investigation right here in 2008. You've got a crime family that it seems was always being wired for sound in some fashion. Tommy Del Giorno was a capo under Nicodemo Little Nicky Scarfo in 1986 when there was an awful lot of turbulence in the Philadelphia underworld. Del Giorno spends his summers at a condo in Ocean City. The state police bug his condo and they pick up conversations in which Del Giorno, in essence, is bad-mouthing the administration of the mob family. And at one point he says, you could get 4 Irish guys from Northeast Philly could run the mob better than these guys. Once he was confronted with that, that's when Tommy Del flipped. And right after Tommy Del flipped, Nick Caramondi flipped, and that was the beginning of the end of the Scarfo organization. One of the most significant room bug operations was the bugging of lawyer Sal Avina's office in Camden, New Jersey, during the investigation of Philadelphia mob boss John Stanford. The FBI had a bug in Sal Avina's law office in Camden for 2 years, recorded over 2,000 conversations. All manner of murder and mayhem was discussed. But the signature phrase of that investigation was when Sal Profaci came down from New York to talk to Sal Avina about a dispute in the trash business. Sal Avina and his partner Carmine Franco owned a waste hauling company, and Sal Avina was complaining that Franco, an associate of the Genovese crime family, was robbing him blind. And as a result, Avina filed a lawsuit. Sal Profaci was sent down to make the lawsuit go away. On a series of conversations picked up by the FBI, Profaci is telling Sal Avina, you can't sue, you can't sue, you can't sue. This guy's connected. And ultimately he says you can't sue because he's a good fellow. And Sal Avina says because he's a good fellow he can get away with this. And Profaci, in a line that Puzo couldn't have written it any better and De Niro couldn't have delivered it any better, says, Sal, you don't understand. Good fellas don't sue good fellas. Good fellas kill good fellas. That's just the way it is.
I guess the FBI wanted to make a case, so they approached me about being a witness. At first, I didn't want to be a witness. I really didn't. I didn't want to leave what I had.
Prime example of a wise guy wearing a body wire was Big Ron Previty, who strapped on a wire for the FBI in 1997, recorded conversations through the summer of 1999, in effect brought down mob boss Ralph Natale and Joey Molino. And Ronnie Previty, probably the most fascinating wise guy that I've ever dealt with. An ex-police officer, 6 foot, 300 pounds, a presence. And he made a decision in the middle of everything that was going on that it was over, that the mob had no future, and he cut his losses and began cooperating, first with the New Jersey State Police and then with the FBI. Now we have a situation with the investigation of alleged mob boss Joe Legambi, where the feds are relying in part on tapes from the Borgata investigation in Atlantic City and the Delco Nostro investigation in Delaware County. And one of the key figures in that, Frankie the Fixer DiGiacomo, we know some of the tapes that he's recorded for the state police, but my understanding is he's also recorded for the FBI. We don't know what he got on those tapes. We haven't heard them, but we know they exist. And those tapes will figure prominently in the ongoing investigation of reputed mob boss Joe Legambi.